Hello, welcome to this Minute with Mary. I'm getting ready tonight for a concert. It has been a while since I've performed in a concert, and obviously when I perform a concert, I have to wear a lot of black, pretty much black head to toe. A big part of things when you're in ensembles is actually not to stand out. It's to wear black so that way kind of you as an entire ensemble blends in together so people can really focus on the music at hand, not necessarily what someone is wearing. But that being said, I still like to feel a little bit more pulled together and have a little bit of makeup on, so please feel free to put hashtag hello lovely right down there in the comments below. It does a couple of things when you write hashtag hello lovely. First off, it makes me smile because I'm able to see that someone can actually see this video and that it's working. It also helps make sure the comments are working. Hi Rachel, thank you so much. It also helps boost the algorithm so that way it helps my video be seen by others. So it means a real lot to me, and as I said, it just makes me smile. It's like giving me a high five over the internet. So if you haven't had someone wish you a beautiful, wonderful, lovely day, I'm going to do that for you right now. I hope that your day is absolutely wonderful. I will tell you this, I have had a crazy, chaotic day. We had some stuff happen today, which I will share at a later date as I am still digesting it. We had some stuff happen in my family today that has completely thrown me for a loop. Everyone is okay now, but we had some stuff that as I said, I'm still digesting it, but we had some weird stuff happen to us as a whole family. So it took my entire schedule of what I was planning on doing today, completely flipped it. As I said, at a later date, at a later time, when we're on the other side of it, I will be more than happy to talk about it. But right now, it goes to chaos for my day. And I'm just trying to kind of compose myself. You know that when like you have a routine or you have plans for yourself and then it all goes out the window. It all goes out the window. So today we are performing with a high school. I'm going to just take a little bit of my concealer and I'm going to apply it on my eyes. So you could see I have a lot of freckles and discoloration on my eyelids. It's just who I am. It's just genetic. Everything is okay with it. Like we're okay. We're okay. But we weren't for a little while, and things got a little crazy for Clan Larson. So we're okay now, but things were wild and are still wild, but we're okay. So thank you for your concern, Rachel. So I put a little concealer on my eyelids just to cancel out the freckles, the veins, the fine lines. If you're someone who wears glasses and you have darkness on the discoloration of your eyes, putting either a neutral foundation powder or even some concealer there, or even an eyeshadow is going to really help make a difference. So I just put that concealer and now I'm going to set it with a little bit of pressed powder to set it so it doesn't get all creased. But as I said, this really kind of neutralizes it. So if you do put on eyeshadows, your freckles and your veins and stuff don't throw off the coloring. Because I've got purple, brown, I've got all sorts of colors going on my eyelid between the veins and freckles. So I like to neutralize that a little bit. Now I did spray my face with a bit of Prime and Set Mist, but I am going to bring out the big guns today and put on some mattifying primer as I am performing. When I perform, I sweat. Anyone else? Rachel, I know that you dance. Anybody else when you perform on stage or anything like that, between the lights or just the nerves or just the focus? I play the baritone saxophone, for those of you who don't know, and it's as big as me. Like, it is the biggest saxophone. It has to loop around itself many times because it's so big. Well, it's not the biggest saxophone, but it's the biggest saxophone that is generally played in wind ensembles. There are some saxophones that, believe it or not, are even bigger, but mine's as big as me, and I'm 5'11". So it takes a lot of air, it takes a lot of strength to play. And as I said, normally there's hot lights and excitement and all that kind of stuff. So today we're playing in a gymnasium, as we are joining forces with a high school. This is one of my favorite types of performances. Now, I just put on mattifying face primer. What that's going to do is it's going to fill in my fine lines and my pores. Honestly, a lot of people just put on primer to kind of give that Photoshop finish to their face, to kind of smooth things out. This also acts like a Velcro to keep that makeup on. So whether it's wearing it long time, maybe you're going to be sweating, maybe you're oily, this really helps keep a nice smooth canvas so things don't sink in those fine lines and pores, but it also acts like a Velcro. I didn't used to wear primer before. And I just thought it was kind of like, whatever. Some people waste money on primer. No, it's a big difference. It is a really big difference, particularly as I've gotten older and I've had more significant fine lines and pores. So thank goodness for primer. Now I am taking out my liquid foundation. This is a serum infused foundation. I am going to mix 2 shades, however, because I'm in between my Summer Freckle Glow and Vampire. I will be pretty much full Vampire by the time Christmas comes. But this is, there's a couple of fun things you can do if you're entering vampire mode like myself. You can use your Vampire shade and then just warm things up with bronzer. You can use your summertime shade and then kind of lighten things up with concealer. Or you can have one summer shade, one winter shade, and then mix the 2 as you go along. So I see some friends are joining on in. Do me a favor and put that hashtag hello lovely. It brings a smile to my face and it helps me make sure that comments are working, because sometimes Facebook is mean. Sometimes Facebook is mean and doesn't let me know what's going on. So I mix the 2 shades just on the back of a little compact here. You can see I'm just kind of stirring it up. And then wherever you apply your makeup first, whether it's foundation, blush, bronzer, eyeshadow, wherever you apply it first is where the most coverage is. A lot of people like myself have a lot of redness right in here. So if you wanted to put most of your product there and blend out, I also have some kind of like spots and things that I like to cover up. So I just apply it there. Now I do have a fair amount still left. I may or may not need that. So right over here, as I said, I have some discoloration. So I apply it there. Doing this technique of applying your foundation where you need it the most and blending out really lets you use less product. It lets your natural skin kind of shine through more. Less product lets your skin breathe a little bit more. It gives you more of that natural looking glow. And then you can kind of spot treat the areas that need more. A lot of people go in and they just gob on loads and loads and loads and loads of foundation. And you can totally do that, but if you don't need to. If you're doing that because you have a few areas of discoloration, a few things that you're not confident with, my suggestion to you would just be first apply that product there and then blend it out, and you may not need as much product. You can kind of stretch your dollar's worth of your makeup a little bit more. So I've already blended that out, and to me this is pretty good. It's still letting a lot of my freckles shine through. I am just going to add a little bit more to kind of blend out the edges into my hairline, but we'll go from there. So today's concert is going to be, as I was about to say before I got distracted, with a local high school. So these are some of my favorite types of concerts. We team up. There's many music educators in my ensemble, and so they will teach their students a couple of songs that we're playing, and then we play together. So I don't think we have a bari sax player student. We do have some bass clarinet students, we do have some tenor saxophone students, but I'm pretty sure that it's just gonna be me and my friend who are normally in the band. Hi Karen, thank you so much for the hello. Great to see you. How have you been? Okay, so as I said, I did not use all of the foundation that I had put right there. But to me, I like this. I like putting more of a medium coverage. I cover the areas that give me, that I'm not super confident about, but I still let a lot of my freckles shine in. If I did want to make it more full coverage, I would just go to town a little bit more with that product that I have. Now, let's fill up this dark under eye situation. So I've got some darkness right in here. As I said, today threw us for a loop in our family. And I'm looking like it. I was trying to nap today, and instead it got chaotic. I had a difficult time sleeping last night, and then things kind of got a little crazy in the middle of the night, and I didn't sleep. So I don't want to look like I didn't sleep for my concert. So taking a little bit of that concealer right there in the inner corner, and we should be pretty good with that. So yeah, this is a fun concert that we have tonight with a local high school, and we're playing all pieces by women of different minorities. So I'm really, really excited to be playing these pieces. They're super fun, and I've been able to listen to a lot of them. That's one of the ways that I love practicing, is listening to my different repertoire, whether it's my chorus music or my wind ensemble music or even the music that I teach in my music classes. I just like to listen to it a lot in the car or as I'm doing errands around the house, and I really like listening to this repertoire that we're playing. So I'll have to share some of the pieces with you, as I think they're pretty fun. I'm going to go in now and add a bit of warmth and do a little bit. I might go more like right here. That's where I want to add it. And a smidge there. And I have a large forehead, so I'm just gonna add some bronzer to contour that a bit. Slim my schnoz underneath the lips to make the lips look a little fuller. And then we'll add a bit down here to help with some double chin action. Once again, I like to play with makeup because it helps me feel more confident, and I actually put on makeup on days that I feel like my life is not in my control, which it pretty much sums up today. As I said, I did not get to sleep. Chaos started in the middle of the night, and we're okay. But it has been a really chaotic day. And for me, doing my makeup allows me to kind of almost have mindfulness. You know, you just get to focus on that one thing at a time, and it's, you know, creating art on my face. It's helping kind of cover up things that I'm not necessarily super duper confident about, or it's allowing me to be creative. It's allowing me to play with some color. So I'm a huge fan of adding makeup, whether it's doing your hair or it's putting on clothing, but something that like is about your appearance that you can see on yourself throughout the day. I'm a huge proponent of doing that when you don't necessarily feel like you have the best control over your situations of your life, because that's the only constant. The only constant thing is in life. What did I just do to my nose? What did I just do to my nose? The only constant thing in life is change. Is things that you don't necessarily get to control. And so finding either ways to accept it and kind of roll with the flow, or, because that's not really my style, I'm not gonna lie, it is hard for me sometimes to roll with the flow. For me, I then look at other things that I can control, other things that are within my abilities. Karen says, I came in late. What type of foundation did you use? I used my Serum Plus foundation, so the one that has the skincare built inside of it. I love that one because it can really be light to full coverage. It feels very light on my skin. It's also really nourishing and hydrating. And it plumps up my skin a little bit. So I feel like my skin was looking a little dull and aged today because I got maybe 4 hours sleep. So that's the foundation that I like to use when I really want to kind of have that more youthful look to my face and also kind of control how much coverage I have. So I just blended out that area that I had doing some bronzing and contouring. And now we're going to go in with some cream blush. So the cream blush that I want to use today, I play the saxophone, so my mouth is all taken up with my giant mouthpiece for my saxophone, so I don't really wear lip products. I do often wear like a lip gloss just to keep my lips from being chapped. So instead I like to play with my eyes and I like to play with my cheeks to add in some extra color. So let's see which color I want to do today. I think I'm going to do this one. This one's back in stock. It's called Peony Pink. It's just a really nice natural flush kind of shade. The cool thing with these all-in-one color sticks is they are a cream blush that can double as an eyeshadow. You can also use them as a lip product. It comes with a sponge on the end, so if you wanted to use that, like let's say you were doing a touch-up in the car. This is a beautiful product for people who don't wear foundation, for people who maybe they just want to add a little something to, you know, tweak their look a little bit. It comes in a variety of different shades, and this one to me is like the most just natural light pink color. Karen says, oh, do you have the Calm app? I don't use it enough, but it's helpful. I do have the Calm app, Karen. It is such a phenomenal app. It's really the app that's helped change my ability with meditation, because I always felt like a meditation failure. I probably have ADHD. I've had a few friends who've like, yeah, Mary, we would believe that. Just because I'm all over the place. I'm like a golden retriever puppy, so I definitely have issues focusing and kind of, you know, just focus on your breath for 20 minutes. No, I can't do that. What do you mean? And I know that's the whole process and the whole experience that you're kind of meant to go through with meditating is like learning how to embrace that kind of challenge. But I just end up getting like upset with myself when I can't do it and I feel like a failure. But with the Calm app, I have had success. And I think also because a large part of the meditations are rather short, whether they're 7 minutes or 10 minutes. So that has given me success. So you can see that peony pink shade that I just put on for my cream blush just really adds that nice little pop of color because once again, I'm going to be playing the saxophone, but I do want to do some stuff with my eyes. Let's see, what am I feeling? What am I feeling today? I'm going to go for one of my favorites. This is the shade Ornate. This is a bronzy liquid shadow. And I'm going to first apply it on the outer lid. Ooh, I need to get a new one. I can tell. I can tell this one's starting to get all, I've loved it too much. I'm going to need a new refill. So I'm putting this in this outer third of my eye. I can only do 10 minutes at a time, says Karen. Yes. Oh, glad I'm not the only one. Rachel says, if you end up getting an ADHD diagnosis, let me be the first to welcome you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, the other thing that has been tough has been, I don't know how much of it is who I've always been versus issues that I've had with my brain since the panorama. Because definitely COVID fog, brain fog is a thing. So that's where it's really tough. And I think when it's come to me, you know, getting doctor's appointments or getting evaluations, I've had so many other more important things than my brain, like how my brain thinks and takes in stuff, you know, like my heart. I needed to focus on my heart and facial pain and all these other more pressing physical ailments that I've kind of put the attention stuff to the side. But the heart stuff is starting to calm down, which is fantastic. I've pretty much had every single heart test that you could have, I've had over the past year and a half. And my heart definitely is starting to act more like it's supposed to. So I'm really, really grateful for that. And that's kind of the timeline they had told me to begin with. They said, if you are someone who kind of gets ailments, like long-term ailments after suffering from the panorama, it takes 18 to 24 months. And my 24 months will be February 2024. So I'm here, total proof, being like, yep, that timeline is quite accurate. The pink is nice, not as bubblegum as I thought it would be. Oh, good. Yeah, Karen, I love peony pink. I think it's a really, really nice, subtle shade. And I went heavy with it, but that's also because I'm about to perform. So if I was just going out and about with my, you know, regular day-to-day stuff, I may not do as showy. You know what I mean? The other thing I might do, I might take my foundation brush and just kind of blend the edges of it just a smidge. That kind of softens it. Rachel said the ADHD, October is ADHD Awareness Month and the color for it is orange. I had no idea. Rachel says she ended up learning she has ADHD during October 2021 because we were talking about mental health and stuff like that through work. Every single thing I read about ADHD matched up to me, and then I connected with a psychiatrist and got diagnosed a month later. That's incredible. That's incredible that work was really kind of focused on that, Rachel. What a healthy workplace. That, you know, they make it this kind of a big priority and that they're helping people find things that they may not have necessarily known about themselves. That's really, really special. Versus me being like, I don't know why. How much of this is mom brain? How much of this is post-pandemic brain? How much of it is truly my brain? That has always kind of been this way. I do not know, but one day I will find out. That's something that's pretty neat though about ADHD is that a lot of people are kind of finding out these things about themselves later in life. I will say that the things that I've heard about the medication for it don't really excite me because I've heard people say that everything tastes bad and I don't know, other things. So that kind of worries me a little bit. But on the flip side, who knows? Like, you know, the benefits may totally outweigh any of the downsides. All right, so that was the shade right here. That is Ornate. When you blend it out, it becomes more of a matte shade, almost like a grayish brown shade. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep it really saturated on the lid. And when you keep it saturated, maybe you just blend out just the edges a smidge, it stays shimmery. You see that? Isn't that so nice? And that's how all of my metallic looking liquid eyeshadows are. So I'm going to put it all over the lid, but then right in the crease area, I'm just going to do little circles or back to forth to kind of smoke out and make that less harsh where the line is. But I do want to keep it concentrated and deeper and more metallic right there on the lid. This is one of my favorite shadows for fall and for winter and for holidays because it has that, you know, smoky aspect to it with that metallic bit. I just find it to be so pretty. I'm gonna add a little bit more with my hooded eyelid. Sometimes I have to go a little bit over the crease. A little bit over. So at some point I'll do some more evaluating, but I also have to find like the right people to do this kind of evaluation. So one day we'll find out what's been going on with my brain. I don't even know how I got on that topic. Isn't that a riot? See, I'm using it all up. I'm like scraping the sides. I love this one. I will buy you a new one. I'll buy a new ornate. It'll be my fall gift to myself because I forgot how much I love this shade this time of year. Hi, Becky. How are you? Great to see you. Thanks so much for the hashtag hello lovely. Makes me smile so much, so thank you. Rachel said she has a full list of instances and examples of why I suspected that I had ADHD, and I just rattled the whole thing off in a telehealth visit while I was working. I'm on a messaging team. She basically just had to sign off that I have it because I had all the proof written out. Well, you are awesome, Rachel. You did all the work, right? That is amazing. That is amazing. But honestly, between makeup and music, I have found two things that really help me kind of hyper focus on something that I can't be all over the place, because I also don't know how much of it is technology based. You know, the fact that I work so much either in our podcast studio or on my phone, you can't help but multitask, you know, when you're around technology so much. So part of me wonders if really it's just kind of technology's influence on me that makes me question my attention. But yeah, that's one of the things I love about makeup and I love about music is it is things that I just get to kind of focus on in that very minute. All right, I need to take a drink. I have Liquid IV, that like super hydrating stuff, because I have been forgetting to drink a lot. And when I play the baritone saxophone, all I'm doing is blowing air. So I need to make sure I'm super hydrated, and I forgot to do that today. All right, so took care of the eye. That was all one eyeshadow, ornate. I'm telling you, whether you blend it out so it's matte or you keep it really concentrated so it's nice and got that like shimmery bronzy shade. I love this shadow so much. All right, let's go on in and fix my brows. Whenever you do a eyeshadow look, whenever you do a look in general, actually I do my brows after I finish the rest of my face because I wanted to do a layer of powder. I'm gonna go in with some pressed powder. I do a layer of powder when I'm performing because it gives a little extra added coverage, and as I said earlier, I sweat a bit when I perform, so I like to make sure that I kind of give a nice barrier for all of that. And it does mattify the sheen of, you know, kind of the dewiness of my makeup, but I'm okay with that when I'm performing. Becky says, I hope everyone loves both you and your family. Thank you, Becky. Today has been a crazy day for my family. I will share this story on a later date when we get over it. But we've had a really chaotic day today. So I'm thrown off a bit, but I'm really grateful to be able to sit down and do some makeup with you all, as this calms me, this grounds me. And as long as you don't mind that I have to keep drinking water to make sure I'm hydrated, then we'll be in good shape. All right, I'm gonna take some matte bronzer to just go over where I did that contour. If you're ever trying to have a really long-lasting look, you know, say you're going to a wedding, say you have a big holiday coming up, say you need to do your makeup early in the morning and you need to look sharp still throughout the night, doing a layer of kind of like your cream or liquid based stuff and then powder on top, that's the secret sauce right there. That's the secret sauce. And it sounds extra because it is extra, but I'm telling you, it gives you the extra wear that a lot of people need and want. So I'm just going over, this is the lightest bronzer that I have. It's called Fair. So it's really meant for people who are part vampire like myself. But any bronzer will do. But I just kind of go along the hairline. It helps my hairline look a little smaller. I add some dimension in. And I help make myself look a little less vampire-y. And the other cool thing is because I'm wearing this mock turtleneck, is I can kind of bronze myself up a little bit more than I really am, and no one needs to know. I do need to fix this hair though. All right, so we've got some pressed powder on, we've got some powdered bronzer on, and I'm gonna go in with a smidge of blush. Oh, now I have an itchy nose. What's that saying that like if you have an itchy nose, someone's talking about you or thinking about you? Do you know which one it is? Are they talking or thinking? Which one is it? Ooh, come here, trunk. I have this giant trunk of all my makeup as I'm trying to be more organized, and I thought I took out the correct blush. Your psychiatrist was impressed that you were able to work and go through that list at the same time. That's amazing, Rachel. Well, isn't that like people with ADHD superpower? I'm going to use this pressed shadow. This is the shade Surreal. It's a really pretty kind of grape berry shade. It looks pretty dark in the pot, in the little pot, but it's not, it doesn't come out that dark. But I think it's a really beautiful, cool tone shade. So I like to do my eyes and my cheeks a little bit more on days of performance because I've got that baritone saxophone mouthpiece. And I do this for me. Once again, I'm playing at a high school. I'm playing at a high school gymnasium, okay? So this is not, I'm not playing at Carnegie Hall. I'm not doing anything crazy. But because I've had such a chaotic day, taking that little extra time for me to feel polished, to feel pulled together, it makes an extraordinary difference. What I do at this point is I often take a setting powder brush, just a big old fluffy brush, and just kind of blend any of the edges together. Doesn't have any makeup on it, but just trying to make sure. Ooh, that was like really aggressive. I noted, did you hear that notification? If so, I'm so sorry. It's reminding me that there's Pokemon Club tonight. We don't go to this Pokemon Club anymore. I don't know why my calendar decided to tell me about it. There's Pokemon Club. No, there isn't. Okay. At this point, I am going to take a light coat of my Prime and Set Mist. I love this stuff. It's pretty much hairspray for your makeup. So you spray it all over your face, and it's going to dry. The first time you use this and you spray it all over your freshly done makeup, you may panic. Anyone in the comments ever do that? You know, you put on setting spray and you're like, oh my gosh, did I just mess up all my makeup? No, I promise you didn't. Just let it dry. Some people even get like a little handheld fan if they want it to dry quicker, but I find it dries pretty quickly. It's just, as I said, it's a mist, and it is going to set the makeup really beautifully. This is going to help if you want a dewier finish or a more kind of satin, normal finish. You would use a setting powder if you want to keep a more matte finish. So I use the setting powder in a couple spots on my face, but for the most part, I really like the finish of a setting spray. Filling in the brows because I have dramatic eyes. That, you know, Rachel, so you're talking about ADHD. One of the cool things, we're reading the Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, my son and I, and actually my little lass, my daughter. My son's 5th grade class is reading the book and delving into all things Greek myths. And so I told him, I was like, let's start reading this book series together. They're really into it, like super into it. I mean, anytime we're in the car, the kids are talking to me about Greek myths at this point, which is super cute. But there also is the new TV series, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, coming out on Disney. And my son and I may be podcasting about it. So just hold on tight if that's a series that you're into, or if you have a youngster who might be into it. Maybe I can get Blake to get into it too. We'll see. But the superpower, of course, the lead character, Percy Jackson, for those of you who don't know, he has ADHD, and that ends up actually being part of the things that makes him so successful is that he can kind of be, his brain can be focusing on different things at different times, which helps keep him a bit more alert. So I really, really liked that. Becky said, I started using the eyebrow pencil and it's working to cover my gray hairs and my brows. Yay! Awesome, Becky. I know I've started to get some more brows, some more grays in my brows as well. And what I like about this brow pencil is it has kind of like a waxy component to it. So for my more unruly, I've got thick, unruly eyebrows, it helps it helps tame the beasts. And then on the other side of the pencil is a little brush, so I can kind of brush the product through, and it's that kind of waxed colored product. So I really appreciate that. I really like that. Hi Kathleen, good to see you. Thanks so much for the hashtag Hello Lovely. Taryn says, I really enjoyed those books. My daughter is obsessed. We listen. Awesome. Thank you. How old's your daughter again, Karen? I feel like our kids are really close in age, so please forgive me for forgetting. All right, let's go on in and finish up this look. Let's see. Gonna do some eyeliner. This is just my black kind of, what's the exact name? Precision, my Precision eyeliner. So this is a marker. I have an eyeliner that's a pencil, and I have an eyeliner that's more like a little paintbrush, and then this one's more like a marker. And this is my favorite one, but I can use them all, and I do use them all, but this one for me just kind of does what I need it to do. Now what I do is kind of from the outer half of my eye, I make it a bit thicker, and then I create a thin line, really pushing it into my lash line. And then I also go underneath the lashes. This is going to help make your lashes look thicker and fuller. This is tight lining, so you can do this with either the pencil liner, and I do have success with this one, the marker one, but I wouldn't do this one, this tight lining. I wouldn't do this if you had more of the paint tip, kind of like a painting eyeliner. But basically you're just kind of coloring that skin in between your lashes and your eye, and it helps make the base of your lashes look a lot thicker and make your eye stand out. It is your 12-year-old. Okay, good, because I thought they were very close in age. Kathleen just started the crown. That's awesome. I'm so excited that that series is coming back. So excited. All right, gotta be careful. Can't like move around too much when I'm working with some eyeliner. Any of you have any fun plans for Halloween? We do a Halloween parade. I've done it ever since the Panorama. You know how everyone that year had to like kind of figure things out differently for Halloween and trick-or-treating? So I organized that year a parade, and I had the parade start outside my house because that's easy. And I put flyers everywhere, and I said, okay, the parade starts at this time, and neighbors can come on out and just like stand on their yards. And that was the year we put like tables out in the front of our yards and put the candy there so people could still like socially distanced trick or treat. And I thought it would be nice if we all did it at the same time, just to make it easy so you're not keeping a table full of candy out on your front yard forever. And people loved it. They loved the parade. And so every year people are like, can we do that again? So it's become a nice tradition in our neighborhood. So gonna be doing that again. Bailey, so good to see you. How are you, my friend? Love the smoky eye look. I did it today for no reason and felt great. Awesome. I love, oh, there it goes again. I don't need to know about Pokemon Club. So sorry if you guys hear that notification. I need to figure out why my calendar on my computer is designed to be so obnoxiously loud. Oh my goodness, to tell me about an event I don't even want to go to. Yes, a Halloween parade. Halloween parade starts outside my house, and it is loads of fun. It's just really cute, but you know what's so weird is that, you know, pretty much like my whole neighborhood, like everyone comes. And if you live on a different street and you don't have kids, you still come and you like watch the kids. I have no idea where all these kids live. Like there are swarms and swarms and swarms of families with kids. And my neighborhood doesn't have that many kids that play outside. So it's odd. My kids play outside. I raise my kids like we live in the 90s. So they are outside. They're like playing in the leaves. We go bike riding. You know, we do the scooters, all that kind of stuff. Like there is no question that children live in my house. We are loud in our backyard. But for the most part, either the families in my neighborhood just stay in their backyards and they don't really come out to play, or they don't go out to play at all, because there are very few people that I ever see going for walks or bike rides, or that I can hear or see them in the front yards. But on Halloween, they're here. They are here at my house ready to trick or treat. And I'm like, I want you to be outside all the time. I want you to come and play. Kathleen's going to be staying home with lights off outside, packing boxes because you're moving. Well, good luck with the move. Browser, awesome. I fist that part. We'll tune in to see how I did it. Awesome. Yeah, you can watch the replay. Sad that your kids are going. I love to see the little kids come. They're so cute. They are so cute. Becky says her apartment complex is having a Halloween party on Sunday night, not dressing up. That's okay. You don't need to dress up as long as you're handing out the candy. The kids are happy. Rachel says, what are your kiddos planning on being for Halloween? Awesome question. Awesome question. So my children are going to be Indiana Jones. I love my little lad. He's just like, yeah, I'm going to be Indiana Jones. So oh no, did I get a smudgy? So I went to Savers and found a whole bunch of different items, including like a purse that I told him is actually a satchel, and a shirt and pants and all this kind of stuff. And we got a boho hat, and he thinks it's an Indiana Jones hat, so he is Indiana Jones. And then my little lass is Luna Lovegood. So they're rocking their costumes. All right, earlier I said that I usually set my face with mostly setting spray, but there are a couple of places that I do like to use my prime and set powder. That's right here. You can see I'm already starting to get a little shiny. This is the area of my face that gets a little oily, that gets a little shiny, and it's also where my large pores are. And if you have large pores, or if you have physical under eye bags, this stuff is a game changer. So I just put a little bit in the cap. It's actually water encapsulated powder. It's magic. And then you press it. This locks it in place. Like, people do Zumba and they use this over their makeup and their makeup doesn't budge. But I love it because it blurs. Look at that. So look at this texture. Like my under eye bag is like saggy. You can see kind of pores and things like that versus not. And so I still have kind of the dewiness on the rest of my face. I do also like to put a little bit up here, as this is another area that I do get a little sweaty. It can also help blur your fine lines right there. My nose gets a little sweaty sometimes, but do you see the difference? I see the difference, but I always wanted to double check that you could see it on camera. So this is the side that I have that prime and set powder, and I only used it like right around here. So I put it on my upper lip, I put it over here, but I let the rest of this just be with that setting spray. So cool, says Rachel. I love their costumes. Thank you. What are you guys gonna be, Rachel? Because your family usually does like a family theme, right? Kim says, my neighbor, all kids are grown, and now I get barely any. My husband yells at me to stop buying so much candy when no one is coming, but I have hope. My dad's neighborhood is full of kids, but he lives on a busy street in his neighborhood. So for a couple of years, they used to buy so much candy, and like nobody came. So now he comes to our house, and he hands out the candy at my house while we go trick-or-treating. Becky, you saw the difference. Yay! Awesome. I like to do my setting products before I do my mascara products. Have I ever had Botox? No. Working on concealing the minor bruises, liquid, then the powder. I still see them. I can still see them. Concealing minor bruises. Minor bruises from what? What minor bruises are you still seeing? On me or on you? I just don't understand. Sorry. All right. I'm going to take, this is my Quadra. So, oof, I got like a little tickle right there now. So Quadra is my new lash product. I do want to have, well, I guess it's enough. Thought I wanted to have a little bit more eyeshadow. This is a 4-in-1 lash product. So it's a lash growth serum. It is a lash primer. So for any of you who've never used a lash primer, it helps the mascara stay on a lot more. So if you're someone who has watery eyes, allergy eyes, you just kind of always find that your mascara flakes a little bit, primer is going to help alleviate that problem. And then it has tubes in it. Tube mascara. If you've never used it, it's the easiest to wash off. You just take warm water and you go like this, and they just like slide right off. You no longer have raccoon eyes. And then also fibers are inside of it. So I love this mascara because it has all of those different products in it. I am someone that would always use a lash primer. So in and of itself, you know, just even if it was just lash primer and mascara, I would love this product. But the fact that it is also a growth serum and it has that tubes in it, I love it. Let me see what you guys are saying. Do, 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 do. Rachel says that Craig dresses up as a Ghostbuster to pass at the candy, and Doodles is going to be Taylor Swift in her Reputation outfit from the Eras tour, and almost likely wear my Michelangelo turtle onesie. Michelangelo was my favorite Ninja Turtle, was and still is my favorite Ninja Turtle. Cowabunga. I adored his enthusiasm for pizza and his optimism. He was always so happy. So he was my favorite Ninja Turtle, so I'm pumped that that's who you're going as. Doing my lower lashes first. If you're someone who wants to do it on your lower lashes, I suggest you do your lower lashes first, is when you do your upper lashes, and then your lower lashes. I have such an itchy nose. Oh my goodness me. Your upper lashes, if you do your upper lashes first, then your lower lashes. When you do your lower lashes, your upper lashes may make a mess. So if you do both sets of lashes, do your lower ones first. Your eyelids will thank you. All right, and the other cool thing with this Quadra mascara is that there's two different sides of wands. So one is a bit more longer bristle wand, and the second side is a silicone shorter wand. So if you're blind as a bat like me, you'll be able to feel the difference, or you can bring it on close. But I like to use the longer bristle side first, and I get right to the base of those lashes to really make sure that I'm getting that lash growth serum right there. I do a nice coat, and then I go in with the silicone side. You said, sorry, me, the small bruises from the injections. Yeah, so I've never had Botox. I have a fear of needles. So, oh no, I've had Botox in my cheeks. What am I saying? I haven't had Botox for cosmetic reasons. I had Botox this past year for my facial pain that I've had since the panorama. I've had issues with my muscles spasming and kind of tensing up. So I've had that in my elbow, my Achilles, and my feet, and in my face. Those are still like long-lasting issues that I still definitely have. So as I said, like the heart stuff has gotten better, but the muscle stuff still is really weird. So now I'm going to flip it and use the silicone side of the brush. So you can see it's just like a really nice natural kind of product, but you can build upon it. What was I saying? So yeah, I had Botox in my TMJ muscle, and that really helped a lot with the pain. But that is the only kind of Botox that I've had. But I have plenty of friends who have Botox done for, for aesthetic reasons. So just keep drinking some water. I do use a lot of liquid collagen. I actually have a collagen that I sell at minutewithmary.com. All the products that you're seeing me use tonight are at Minute with Mary. And that collagen really helps a lot with kind of issues that show up with aging. So it helps with like dark under eye circles, keeping the skin nice and plump, helping with pore size. It just helps with the elasticity of the skin. Loving this look. I may need this new mascara. Yay! Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It is, as I said, it's a 4-in-1. So I have 3 different mascara products. One that gives a separated natural look to the lashes, another one that is a lot more voluminous and dramatic and thick, and then this one is kind of that 4-in-1 product. I would say results wise it gives more of a natural look, but if you do a couple of coats or you use the different sides of the bristles, you can make it more dramatic. This one is called the Quadra. So if you go to minutewithmary.com and you'll see shop here, you can stop and see everything that you've got. Or I'll tell you this, I just created a new way that I can build custom bundles. So if you ever have items that you want to try and you send me a message, I can create a custom bundle for you, whether or not it's in my monthly special. The monthly special, for example, this month is all about the lips, but maybe you're more interested in getting some lashes, right? So if you have items that you would like that aren't necessarily the custom, the monthly special, if you message me, I can create a custom link for you and give you a discount. But you would just need to message me. So you can either email me at minutewithmary@gmail.com or you can send me a message and I am more than happy to help. Fun little tip for you. If you like your lashes to look long but not super thick and spidery, you can actually hold your wand this way, whichever mascara you use, but you can kind of paint individual lashes. What this does is it puts more volume right on the tips. A lot of people love the look of like nice long lashes, but they keep gunking up the entire lash, and that weighs the lash down. It kind of can make it spidery. So if you do it this way, you're really painting the tips, the areas that you want to get a little bit more. Thank you, Kim. You're so sweet. You're so, so sweet. So yeah, I'm excited for this concert. And as I said, I am not a soloist tonight. I'm not doing anything necessarily like out of this world. I sit in the smack dab middle of the band, so nobody really sees me. I don't put on makeup for anyone but me. But this is gonna make me feel better. I'm gonna take a little bit of lip liner. This is in the shade Patience, excuse me. It's the shade Patience. And I like this shade because it's a very natural lip color for me. You'll know what a great lip color is for you by either looking at this part of your lip or looking at your nipple. Your nipple is like the best lip color for you. Fun fact. Did you know that? So I'm not going to check right now. I will check at a later date, but I feel like this will be pretty accurate. But it matches the inside of the lip. So I like to use a little bit of lip liner because it stays really long. It's got like a waxy component to it. So I can feel like I have a little lip color on my lips as I go into the performance. And even if I'm blowing my saxophone, I'm playing, I don't worry then. But sometimes when I have makeup on and then I have nothing on my lips as I walk into a venue, I feel like I look like a ghost. So see how this is? It's nice. It's not, it really kind of like sets on my lips and it doesn't budge. It doesn't go anywhere. Now, if I was going to a wedding, if I was going on a date night, if I was going out, I would put a lipstick over this. I would put on a couple of different shades, or I put on like a lip gloss just to add that, kind of more glossy component. But because I'm playing my saxophone, I want something that I can just quickly play my saxophone with. So there you have it. That is the complete look. What do you think? What do you think of this look? I appreciate you tuning in for this Minute with Mary. As I said, all products that I used are available on my website, minutewithmary.com. If you have any questions, if you are going to a high school reunion or you have a holiday event, or maybe you're just looking for like something, maybe you're just kind of stuck in a rut when it comes to how you're feeling about yourself or your makeup look, or maybe your makeup's like really old or it's not doing what it was supposed to do, I would be honored, honored to be your makeup lady. I've got some really fun things in store, especially in the month of November. Lots of really cool deals going on. So you can sign up to be on my email list by going to minutewithmary.com. A pop-up's going to come up. It's going to ask you for your email, and it's me emailing. It's not spam. I won't bombard you with anything, but I'll let you know as specials come up. But also, I want to be able to help you. So if you do shoot me a message and you do have things in mind that you'd like, I can create that custom bundle for you to help you get an extra 10 or 15% off to really, stretch your dollars as much as you can. Because we're all working really hard for our money. I want to make sure that I can pass some savings on to you. Thank you so much, Becky, for saying you wish I have a great concert, wish I lived closer. I'm hoping that at some point we can stream one of my concerts. I think that would be really fun, or if we recorded it. Thank you, Rachel. Rachel, it's so nice to hear from you. Thank you, Candy. Great to see you. And I hope you all have an amazing, amazing day. Get excited for Halloween. And I said at some point soon, I'll be able to tell you about the chaos that my family has gone through. I'm just taking lots of deep breaths. As I said, we are all okay. It's just thrown us for a very big loop. And we're okay. We're okay, but very chaotic in the Larson household today. So all is well. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in once again, and I'll talk